Welcome to the 2022 Draft Position Preview Series. Ethan Greenberg, Eric Allen, and Caroline Hendershot breaking down options for the Jets at all positions today. Let's head to the backfield. Let's start with the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year in both 2020 and 2021. That's Iowa State's Breece Hall.
How about the Jets in last year's draft getting Michael Carter in the 4th round? Breece Hall, he might be the first running back selected in this draft. He rushed for a touchdown in his final 24 games at Iowa State. So productive, 23 touchdowns last season, 7 games with 2 rush touchdowns or more. He rushed for nearly 1,500 yards. Also can catch the ball out of the backfield. He had 36 receptions. Now, Breece Hall weighs nearly 220 pounds. The big question coming into Indianapolis was, what is Hall going to run in a 40-yard dash? Well, he blazed to a sub-4.4, 4.39, so he could be taken late in that 1st round.
Also a very shifty player as well, but we'd be remiss not to talk about the Walter Camp National Player of the Year, Michigan State's Kenneth Walker, who ranks 2nd in the FBS in rushing yards.
What a story, because this guy had just 2 offers out of high school before going to Wake Forest. Of course, making the transfer to Michigan State, so productive last season. Got great speed, explosive ability, ran a 4.38 in Indianapolis, can change direction. He was a big play waiting to happen at East Lansing. Last season, 1,600 yards on the ground and 18 rush touchdowns, including 5 rush touchdowns. And get this, Caroline Hendershot, a big win over Michigan.
Wow, you got to throw that in there. You know, Kenny Walker wore the green and white at Michigan State. The colors would remain the same if he were to come here to the Jets. But how about, let's talk about another guy who wears blue and white, Caroline.
While many fans know BYU as the home of Jets quarterback Zach Wilson, they may be hearing more of Wilson's former teammate Tyler Algier as the NFL draft approaches. Algier was his high school's leading rusher in Fontana, California. But with only 2 Division I offers on the table come graduation, Algier chose to be a preferred walk-on at BYU. After redshirting his freshman year and getting pushed down to the 5th spot in the running back depth chart, Algier finally got his time to carry the ball at the end of the 2019 season, and immediately he was a difference maker. At the end of the season, he had to come to a conclusion though. He wanted to transfer to a program that could provide him with a scholarship. He no longer wanted to burden his mom financially, who had been taking out loans for Algier to attend BYU. So when Algier spoke to head coach Kalani Sitake almost immediately put Algier on scholarship. And the rest, it's been history. This past season, Algier rushed for more yards in one season than anyone in BYU program history and rushed for the most touchdowns in the country with 23. Algier has proven time and time again he's willing to work. From a walk-on to a record-setting staple at BYU. Any team that lands Algier in the 2022 NFL Draft will be walking away with one of the hardest working players on the field.
You got to love a good walk-on story, right? We see him all the time, and Algier no different. Could he be the 2nd player out of BYU making the West Coast, East Coast trip? I guess we'll see come draft day. That'd be something to be reunited here in Florham Park. But let's go off the beaten path for our last prospect. And he comes from a school where the last player to be selected was Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert in 2018. He turned out to be a pretty good player. So let's talk about South Dakota State running back Pierre Strong.
Small school, big-time player. Pierre Strong, 5'11", 207 pounds. Listen to this. 10 career rushing touchdowns of 50-plus yards. Another sub-4.4 performer. He had a 65-yard touchdown catch in the East-West Shrine game, so he's improved his stock and his value. In 24 games at South Dakota State, he averaged 6.5 yards a carry. How about this last year? 7 yards per carry. He's a guy who's going to come in, most likely be a 3rd down back on the next level as he starts his NFL career. But Strong is a name to watch, especially once we get to day 3 probably.
So Joe Douglas, he's taken a running back in back-to-back years, ironically, both in the 4th round. Last year, Michael Carter, the Jets love Michael Carter. But Caroline, do you think Jets fans want to see Joe Douglas draft another running back?
Well, we took to Twitter again, Ethan, and we asked, and only 2.6% of fans voted for taking a running back on day 1. Majority of our votes went to yes, we want to see a running back drafted, but on day 3 with 50.7%.
You know, that That's on par with what Joe Douglas has done each of the past 2 years. Would it surprise you if they went in that direction?
No, definitely not, because you want a backfield committee. Michael Carter is going to be your guy. We know that. With that being said, you can't have enough speed in that backfield. And this is a pretty good running back class in terms of depth. So on day 3, the Jets could elect to go in that direction. Remember, right now, the Jets have 9 draft picks. So they most likely won't take a running back early. But day 3, I could see it. I agree with the Jets fan.
Yeah, I could definitely see it as well. And there you have it. There's the running back preview. If you want more coverage, stay right here on NewYorkJets.com.